Today's update covers changes in Iraq's financial system that are no longer rumors or online talk. What once stayed in private discussions is now part of official action inside the country. Iraq has moved from planning into real execution, and the evidence is starting to show in everyday banking activity. The Central Bank of Iraq is actively reshaping how the national currency works. This is not about future possibilities anymore. Reports from within the country show these notes being issued through bank counters and ATMs, not as tests but as part of normal operations. That shift matters. Large bills were once necessary due to instability and inflation. Smaller notes signal confidence. They indicate that institutions believe the currency can function properly in daily life. This helps restore the dinar as a practical medium of exchange for citizens. The central bank has been careful in how it introduced these changes. Currency reform is not just about printing new notes. It requires updated banking systems, digital payment integration, regulatory coordination, and public awareness. The fact that people are already using these notes in regular transactions suggests that years of preparation are paying off. This transition goes deeper than currency design. Iraq is rebuilding how its economy functions at a structural level. For decades, survival shaped financial policy due to sanctions and instability. Today's reforms represent a deliberate move away from that era. By correcting the denomination structure, Iraq is addressing problems that once encouraged cash hoarding and slowed commerce. A balanced currency system helps restore proper pricing and supports broader access to banking services. That creates a foundation aligned with international financial norms and opens the door to deeper integration with global markets. From an outside perspective, the pace of these reforms sends a strong signal. The rollout has been gradual and controlled, not rushed. That tells observers that stability is the priority. Central banks that move carefully tend to build trust, both domestically and internationally. Modern banking infrastructure is also being upgraded. Iraqi banks are aligning with international communication standards, which allows smoother interaction with global counterparts. As a result, the dinar is increasingly being evaluated based on system capacity and economic fundamentals, not just its past challenges. Analysts note that the groundwork being laid now supports transparency and interoperability. While progress is incremental, the direction is clear. Iraq is building a system designed for consistency, accountability, and sustainable trade relationships. Inside the country, the impact on public confidence is significant. When people can use practical denominations in daily life, trust in the currency grows. Merchants adjust pricing systems, digital payments expand, and the overall economy becomes more efficient. That internal strength is critical for any currency seeking wider recognition. Looking ahead through 2026, Iraq's reform plan appears to be entering an operational phase. A major focus is reducing reliance on cash and expanding electronic payments. Government institutions are leading this shift, which helps reduce corruption and improve transparency. International consultants and global banks are supporting these efforts, adding credibility to the process. Iraqi banks are steadily reconnecting with the global financial system after years of limited access. Foreign exchange desks and financial centers are also updating their internal assessments. This does not mean immediate large-scale trading activity, but it does show growing institutional awareness. Key indicators such as foreign reserves, inflation control, and exchange rate alignment are now central to the discussion. As these improve, the conversation becomes more grounded and less emotional. For holders of the currency outside Iraq, this stage requires patience and careful research. Banking rules differ by country, and readiness varies. Understanding compliance requirements and staying aligned with official guidance is essential. Currency reform is complex and layered. Decisions should be based on verified information, not noise. Following updates directly from the Central Bank of Iraq helps reduce confusion and risk. Diversifying beyond oil is part of strengthening the foundation needed for a stable currency. While challenges remain, the commitment shown in the reform roadmap reflects a long-term vision. Each milestone reached brings visible progress. The global perception of Iraq is changing slowly but meaningfully. Analysts and institutions are adjusting how they evaluate the country and its financial systems. As discipline and institutional credibility continue to improve, opportunities for broader engagement increase. This period represents the point where years of planning are becoming real action. The revaluation process is not a single event. It is an ongoing transition with many moving parts. The central bank's cautious approach is intentional. It helps prevent shocks and ensures the system is strong enough to support lasting change. It reflects resilience, planning, and determination from Iraq's financial leadership. We will continue to follow official developments closely and focus on confirmed facts. Iraq's financial system continues to modernize.